Welcome to the first quarter-final of the Hero Indian Women's League, where Kickstart FC clash against HOPS FC, a massive game for two sides who like to attack and love scoring goals. Some free-flowing football might be on offer this morning. And well, Shushmita Lepcha makes way for Kavya as Kickstart makes only one change from the previous game. In the opposite wing, Bibicha, the top scorer for Kickstart in this edition of the Hero Indian Women's League, will be looking to make things happen once again. She's got 6, and alongside her, Saru Limbu also got the same number. And the Kenyan import Elizabeth left on the bench, so lots of goals, but Kickstart have to keep it tight at the back. They've got great balance in the squad as well. Those names on the bench, Elizabeth, Babina and Shushmita Lepcha, all match winners and capable of making something happen. And now over to the HOPS lineup, who is the designated away side for this particular game. The team from Delhi making their first entry into the quarter-final, and they've kept a similar lineup to the previous game, making sure they are tight at the back with Pooja and Sharda in central defense, and Renu Rani as well. She is gonna have a big game because she's coming up against pacey wingers, and it is gonna be an interesting battle on the wings. These are the options available for Ravi Punia, and few of them had a decent season, but in a stage like this they need something extraordinary, and the players need to deliver more than 100%. Keeping it tight at the back has been a problem for HOPS. We know that they can score goals, but they have been conceding way too many, and that's been a problem for them. But unfortunately, they have been outscoring their opponents at times, but Kickstart, with one of the tightest defense in this tournament, won't make it easy for them. It's gonna be a game for Saru Limbu and young Kavya, who gets her maiden start in the quarterfinals. 7 goals HOPS have conceded, and that is a number that Ravi Punia have told his players that it has to stay there for now and look for a clean sheet, and usually doesn't make that the mandate, but against a team like Kickstart, that could very well be a deciding factor. This is going to be an enthralling battle, two sides with so much of quality, and Kickstart FC, for me, one of the most balanced sides in the tournament defensively. They've got a great record. They don't concede a lot of goals, and they've got enough firepower going forward as well. Especially the likes of Bibicha Devi and Saru Limbu and Asta Morao have been banging in goals. And so KS Bharat for the handshake today, the wicket-keeper batsman, will have a huge role to play in the World Test Championship next month. And he plays for Gujarat Titans in the IPL, filling in for the injured Rishabh Pant. Will have a pivotal role to play for India at number 7 next month in England. There he is. Dali Machuba, the captain in the 11 for Kickstart. We know the presence she's got at the back, and especially defensively, I think they need to make sure they stop this HOPS attack. And also Shailja making her full debut for HOPS. She's been coming on as a sub, but she came on in the last game and she did really add another dimension. And maybe her presence will allow Renu Rani to be more effective, just hovering behind in that attacking third. She is the creative force that Kickstart will have to stop. And so the referee in charge of this vital clash is Ruba Devi, and Priscilla Tamang and Abhirami are the two assistants. And the match commissioner is Sudeshna Mukherjee from West Bengal, and the referee is Esa Bantila Dicot. The two skippers then, Dali Machibar and Parmila, and once the butterflies in the stomach settles down, they can produce a whirlwind on the pitch. For Kickstart FC, Saru Limbu, who's having a creative Hero Indian Women's League, creating and scoring goals, and it is her mercurial presence that will have to be marshalled by the likes of Pooja and Parmila. It's going to be a big game for both the centre backs. First time they are playing at such a big stage, and it is important that they don't commit mistakes at the back. There's going to be a lot of space from Kickstart. They've got the likes of Bibicha, Kavya, who does a lot of running, and Asta Murao as well, likes to put in those deliveries, and Dalima Chiba, we know she likes to get into the box as well. So it's a big game for both the centre backs, and Hops needs to make sure at least in the first half they don't concede and keep things really tight at the back. In terms of approach, we've seen Hops can't wait and watch, usually likes to let the game settle a bit before coming up with more attacking football. They're going to make sure they don't concede in the first half, and they know if they can manage to not concede and get one goal in the second half, they still got players who can come on. Mamta Pooja, we've seen every single time she's come on and changed the game for Hops. On the other hand, Kickstart, they've got players of their own, a lot of quality on the bench. So this game gonna be an absolute humdinger of a match. Now Kickstart, of course, finished third in the previous edition, made it all the way, and now just 90 minutes or maybe a victory away from reaching the semi-finals. And Chauba Devi will have reminded them of the hurt from the previous season and how to turn it into something positive. As for Ravi Punia, bringing his side into their first Hero Indian Women's League quarter-final, and their debut can end on quite a high. So referee Ruba Devi checks her watch, and we are underway with the first quarter-final. So Kickstart and Hops for a place in the semi-final of the Hero Indian Women's League. Kickstart had a debut season to remember, advancing to the quarter-finals by finishing second in Group B, only a point off the top, managed by former national team captain Langam Chauba Devi. The team containing several national teamers of different age groups, and picked up 5 wins from 7 games, losing just once in the group stages. And they've conceded just twice, and thanks to that incredible solidity at the back, and were lethal in attack too, scoring the most goals in group with 30. The side from Karnataka now dreams of entering the last 4 of the competition on the back of stunning form. And Hops were also jubilant after securing a top 4 place in Group A. And there is Ravi Punia, the head coach of the Hops side, and he lifted the Hero Junior Nationals last year in Guwahati with the Dadra and Nagar Haveli side. Formerly the assistant coach of Rajasthan United, the side that competes in the Hero I-League. And amid an intense battle with Mumbai Knights and Misaka for the 4th spot, ultimately the Delhi-based side finished 2 points ahead of the rest, all the losing to 3rd ranked East Bengal in the last group stage game. And the 4 wins secured were just above enough to take them through, and they are now ready to take on the runners-up from Group B in the quarterfinals, and hoping to continue their dream season. And that is the kind of energy required in defense from the team in orange and blue. Now Parmila with that early interception, and there is a Santosh on your screen. She scored a couple of goals for Hops this season. A strike against Mata Rukmani, and also contributing to Hops' 6-0 victory over Kahani. And all eyes will be on Renu Rani, the number 15. And that bit of over-reliance from Ravi Punia on Renu Rani in terms of going forward and in terms of scoring goals. The likes of Neha and Tannu can also be very handy in case of threading those passes along the floor, and that lobbed through ball coming in from the left-hand side of defense. Can't bring the ball under control is Saru Limbu. The Nepalese international sees playing up top alongside Bibicha. And surprisingly, Elizabeth is left on the bench. And Chauba Devi going with a 4-4-2. The back four remains the same. In comes the cross from Kickstart. Straight to Anshika. Mastamurao and Renuka. The two central midfielders, Sonia and Kavya, on the wings. This was the cross whipped in. The number 22. On the flip side, Hops going with a slightly attacking lineup. The front three of Tanu, Renurani and Neha. They've got to be very, very careful at the back and try and at least manage not to concede in the first quarter. A good start is going to be very important for them in this game. The midfield trio of Santosh, Sailja and Aarti will be interesting to see how they manage to cope up with the Kickstart's midfield, which includes players like Renuka and Astamurao. Almost an opening for Sarulimbu. Slightly heavy touch from the number 8. She played previously for Masha United in the Pakistan Premier League back in 2021. Sides a joint top goal scorer along with Bibicha. Both of them have scored combined 12 goals. For Kickstart, Elizabeth on 5 goals. A very important card to have on the bench. In case the going gets tough, we could see Chauba Devi bringing her on. Only 2 foreign players in the starting lineup for Kickstart today. Renuka Nagarkote in midfield and Sarulimbu up top. And not too many starts for Renuka in this campaign. To getting a start in a big stage, she got to justify her inclusion. 25 caps for the Nepal side. Two very young players. This is Pakpi Devi, the India international. Her first strike came in a friendly series against Bahrain in 2011. A former Eastern Sporting Union fullback. Joined the side way back in 2015. Scored 4 goals as well for the Imphal-based outfit. That was a searching ball inside. And no run offered by this player, Bibicha Devi. Her second season with Kickstart. Was part of the side last season as well. Kickstart finishing third, as I've mentioned earlier, collecting 27 points. Setu Madurai finished on 30 and Gokulam Kerala were the champions with 33 points. And now space down the right for Sarulimbu. She enters the box. Into the feet of Sonia. She is pursued by the number 17. And Neha. Tried to arrow it towards the box. A good block there from the Hops defense. Slightly out of Saru's leech. Easily defended by Hops. Led by Chauba Devi, Kickstart have also had a resurgent campaign as they went down 1-0 to Eastern Sporting Union in their first game before picking up 5 wins and a draw, conceding only 1 goal. On the other hand, Delhi-based Hops stood fourth in Group A as they made their way to an unprecedented knockout stage in their debut Hero IWL season. Ravi Punia spoke about the side's preparations. They have a healthy respect for their opponents. However, the team is known for its toughness and fighting spirit, and they have a plan to play to their strength without any pressure. Kickstart, of course, stepping into this game with the tag of being the clear favourites. Here is Kavya. She was very prolific in the Karnataka Women's League last year, scoring 22 goals. Now this time the cross from her was too high for Sarulimbu. Doesn't look like comfortable playing in that number 9 role. Sarulimbu usually operates from behind, more as a number 10. Chauba Devi just deploying her as an out-and-out striker. Goes all the way through and slipped behind the number 2. And a very vital save from Maibam Linthoi. And that's surely gone through Pakpi Devi. And Pooja could well have gotten her name on the score sheet for Hops. And that was Rajni Bala with the best chance of this game. There she is. A beautiful cross coming in from the left hand side, and slightly casual Pakpi Devi, who can't afford to do that in a game of this stature. Luckily the bounce falls favorably for Linthoi Gambi, best goalkeeper at this stage 3 times previously. Linthoi Gambi. It's been a happy hunting ground for Linthoi. She lifted the National Games title for Manipur last year at the Trans Stadia. This was a big save from Linthoi Gambi. And Hops got to take these chances with both hands. You're not going to get too many scoring chances against a side like Kickstart. Now converting half chances is going to be key in matches like this. And a side that commits less mistake at the back will have an upper hand in this game. Sarulimbu and Bibicha are not ideal number 9s. Not used to playing as a centre forward. It will be interesting to see how they perform. A new role for both the players. And maybe Sarulimbu gonna play slightly off the shoulder of the number 14 as a second striker, and try and drop into that hole with the freedom to drift out wide, combine with the wingers. And Kavya and Sonia Morak, both of them have got good eyes for goal. So that is one advantage going forward for Kickstart. Let's see for how long Hops can contend them. Is Bibicha clearing that forest of legs with her nimble footwork. Sarulimbu, Kickstart's elite playmaker. Pakpi Devi on the overlap. Kavya, Pakpi making that overlapping run. Kavya goes in field. Sarulimbu with a precise pass towards Renuka. And Dalima stepping in. And Dalima from distance just flashed wide. First attempt on goal. And that was way off target. Her left knee is slightly strapped as well. And maybe she's gotten off the treatment table to get involved in this game. Here's Renu Rani. Slightly lonely out there. Asking for support, but getting stuck in there, the number 15. She will certainly give a tough time to Pakpi Devi. One thing is guaranteed. Linthoi Gambi with the steal. And now carries it forward. Too far ahead of Bibicha. That was another battle for the ball. There's going to be only one winner in this David versus Goliath clash, and contrary to the story, it was Goliath who comes up crumbs. Tackles just flying in here. Hops just making their intentions very clear right from the word go. They're denying those spaces between the lines. And Kickstart getting more numbers behind the ball and trying to hit them on the counter. One advantage is that they've got 3 players up top. That allows counter-attacking play to thrive. Looking to close in from the front and trying to win the ball as high as possible before Kickstart can get into their passing sequence. Trying to win the ball in their defensive transition. That is going to be cut out quite comfortably by Pooja, and not taking any kind of risk whatsoever, the centre back. And Hops have got 4 clean sheets during the group games. They've scored 14 and conceded 7. On the flip side, 5 clean sheets for Kickstart. Only 2 goals conceded. And that shows how tight they are defensively. They went on to score 30 goals. And one important piece of information is that they've got goal scorers across the pitch. And that is a big advantage when you've got scorers across the length and breadth of the pitch. That doesn't rely on any particular player for goals. This might be a chance here. And almost bursting into the penalty area was Renu Rani. Supremely composed was Dalima Chiba. And she plays the ball out of danger, using all her experience. And the number 17. Looking for that switch out wide. Parmila with a boot in. Throw in for Kickstart. I was just asking Kavya to get closer to the ball. This was the previous incident. Almost shrugged off Linthoi Gambi Renurani. Dalima Chiba came in from behind. Just quite comfortably takes it off her feet without much fuss in the air. That's what all top defenders across the world do. They wait for the right moment to throw the boot in and take the ball away. And not enough from the keeper. Kavya! And she scores. That has crossed the line certainly. And the side from Karnataka takes the lead. And it is the girl from their home soil, Kavya, heads them in front in the first quarter final. Keeper got a touch to it. There was 3 pink shirts in the way of the goal, but still couldn't stop it from going in. Kavya on the half volley, getting some help from the woodwork, hitting the inside of the post. And goes beyond the goal line. So Kickstart strikes first. It will be intriguing to see now how Hops reacts and how they responds. She's got her tail up now, Kavya. Losing out on that occasion to Parmila. That was that lump upfield. Renurani brilliantly done. Not getting the kind of help that she would have desired for. Is Astham, captain of the Indian under-17 women's national side. There is Pakpi. Sarulimbu turns away from her marker. Pakpi again. Couple of green shirts waiting inside, but Pakpi charging towards the box. A flick on there from Renurani. The flag might go up against Neha. That's much better from Hops. Clearly off Renurani. That was Neha, her strike partner. Neha scored against Mumbai Knights. That was a hard-fought victory for Hops. Pakpi once again tried to play in Bibicha. Just a tad too long, that pass. Defensive work for Pooja. And Hops Women is a dynamic and talented soccer team that is dedicated to excellence both on and off the field. Comprised of skilled and passionate female athletes. The team is known for their impressive teamwork, strategic play, and unwavering determination to succeed. Sarulam Limbu, she's got an unerring nature of erection finding. With a focus on developing each player's individual skills and abilities, HOPS is committed to fostering a supportive and inclusive team culture that encourages growth, learning and personal development. And whether they are competing in local leagues or national tournaments, this team always brings their A game and strives to be the best they can be. So far, they are losing the midfield battle. It's 4 versus 3 in most of the occasions. The likes of Santosh, Salja and Aarti losing the midfield battle. And maybe one of the front three got to drop back and even things up and try and make it 4v4 in the center of the park. Possession is king in games like this, so dominating the ball centrally is always the best way to approach a game of this magnitude. Poor defending, robbed off by the goal scorer Kavya. Renuka lets it run. Attempted reverse pass. Sharda with the interception. That was that lob onto the path of the number 7. Cross comes in. It was straight to Lintho Igambi. No problem whatsoever. Neha, second time she's made that mazy run from the left hand side. Her previous cross almost led to an opening for Hops, but Rajini Bala failed to make it count. And on this occasion doesn't get the quality as she aimed for. Astamarao. Sarulimbu from the right, beating past the first challenge. Joining in support is Sonia Marak. Swings one in. Low and comfortable for Santosh. Kickstart plays the beautiful game with a difference to elevate the body, mind and spirit of every player. They are focused on nurturing talents to play at the highest level of football, and are the only club that has total football development across grassroots, youth, men and women, with a strong community focus that works to develop local footballers. Bibicha. This is where she likes to operate. Bibicha surrounded by three pink shirts. In the end, outnumbered. Ball played forward towards Renu Rani. Close to the danger was Dalima. Puts the ball out of play. So far, Renu Rani, she's been hot on the heels of Kickstart defenders, trying to utilize her raw pace and apply pressure on Kickstart's defensive line, which is led by Dalima Chibar. Double teamed on that occasion. Kavya doing her defensive work, tracking back to support her wing back partner, Pakpi Devi. Nicely closed down. Renuka. Astamurao. Channel is open on the left hand side. Great ball between the two defenders. Now the first time clearance from Parmila. She read that early and reacts very quickly. 25 minutes of play gone here at the Trans Stadia. It's Kickstart FC 1, HOPS 0. Sports Odisha taking on Eastern Sporting Union at the Shahibagh Police Ground. The other two semi-finals coming on in the evening. And the big one is going to be between Gokulam Kerala and Odisha FC at this very ground. And the Red and Gold Brigade will be up against last season's runners-up Setu Madurai. A flurry of games coming up your way live on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. There is no extra time, direct penalties in case it stays level. The 90 minutes. Sonia Marak not allowed to turn on this occasion. Kickstart this started with the conviction to enhance social integration by enhancing the three basic dimensions of their existence: the body, the mind and the spirit. The beautiful game was their tool, and it would act as the catalyst of the inclusivity in the society, and that's how Kickstart visions to promote football in India. Wants it to be played on the right hand side. Sonia, can she deliver a good cross? 50-50 won by Pakpi. There was a challenge made on her by Rajni Bala. The referee has blown the whistle for a foul. There was a stamping on her left toe. Look at that. Now from Rajni Bala. An easy decision for Ruba Devi. A very attacking minded fullback, Pakpi. Likes to join in the attack. Always bombs down that left wing. Combines very well with Kavya within the game. Dalima goes directly for goal. And the keeper saw that sail over the crossbar for a goal kick. This is what she's going to be in for in this game. Dalima's attempt not troubling Anshika. She also had her side covered. So at the cooling break, it's Kickstart with a comfortable 1-0 lead against HOPS. The only goal coming in from Kavya, the youngster with 5 goals in this campaign. She scored 4 against Churchill Brothers for Kickstart, and 1 here at the quarter-final. This was Sonia's ball in. A mistake from Pakpi Devi. Couldn't capitalize Rajni Bala. Had that gone in, could well have been a different story altogether. Running ahead of her marker Sonia with a peach of a delivery. Comes all the way towards Kavya. She finds the back of the net. The ball eventually making its way towards Kavya. Took a touch of Pooja as well in the way, but it too went in. Dalima's free kick eventually not coming to fruition on this occasion. Chauba Devi will have a word with her players. She's got an eye for unearthing raw talents. Also a former assistant coach of the Indian national team. In 2019-20 season, she was in charge of Imphal-based Kripsa FC and won the Manipur Women's League and finished runners-up the 2019 IWL. They lost to Gokulam in Bangalore. A very stewed tactician, Chauba Devi. She's got the selections right. She made sure her side plays according to her game plan. Her tactic so far has worked, even without Elizabeth in the starting 11. And that goes on to show the bench strength that Kickstart has at their disposal. Ravi Punia and his team fighting hard with their limited options. They've come here to prove that they are no pushovers. So far fighting neck to neck. So half an hour gone at the Trans Stadia. As Kickstart leading by a goal to nil against HOPS, and thanks to that strike from Kavya. That has been the difference between the two teams. Ravi Punia must have seen the first 30 minutes. He's surely going to welcome the positives and work on the mistakes that his side has committed in the first half an hour so far. Good to see they are not unfazed facing a top side. The only way to counter your lack of skill against a heavyweight side is by playing with passion and perseverance. Fight for every ball. That was the cross from Santosh. Linthoi had to come out and collect the ball. Here comes Kickstart. From the left, Kavya. looking to take on Parmila. Kavya goes towards her favorite foot. Cleared away. A mistake at the back from Kickstart, well recovered though. This time the number 33, Bunty Sharma. Almost given away to Renu Rani, but she recovered well. Pooja under pressure from Limbu, getting some help from her defensive partner. And the Kickstart FC, the club wanted to embark on the journey to educate and help children, and not only the development of football but also engage in changing their lives through character building, sport and knowledge. The club has services of like-minded individuals with the hopes and visions and positives and high. Headed out to safety from Pooja. Fighting hard for the ball, Bibicha wins it. She skips past one challenge and spreads it to the left. Sonia, and down the line for Astamurao. A nice shoulder to shoulder, but she will win a corner kick for her efforts. Kickstart FC will look to double their lead. And Dalima Chubber in the mix. Too much height on the corner. Keeper has spilled it. And Dalima on the turn. Lots of human traffic ahead of her. The whistle has gone earlier. Keeper touched inside the 6-yard box, but the referee waved play on. Beautifully delivered the corner, giving it a plenty of height, making it slightly difficult for the goalkeeper, who had to stretch, still struggled to get the reach of the ball, slipping it on together just on the edge of the 6-yard box. 5 victories for Kickstart out of 7 matches during the group games. Only 1 loss and 1 draw. Played out a 0-0 against Setu Madurai, who are in action against Sports Odisha. 4 victories for HOPS during the group games. 3 losses. They lost the previous game to East Bengal and 3-0 to Gokulam Kerala. And the opening game against Sports Odisha, and managed 4 victories. But if you bring it down to numbers in terms of keeping clean sheets, and not much of a difference between Kickstart and HOPS. But in terms of scoring goals, Kickstart are way ahead than their opponents. They perform as a collective unit, and the Kickstart side doesn't depend on any particular player. Just benching Elizabeth was a very bold and brave decision from Chauva Devi, even though it comes with a lot of risk, but she's managed to take that risk. Because she's got the luxury to try and experiment. There's going to be debates and doubts whether this is the perfect stage for an experiment, but as long as it bears fruit, there's no harm in trying. There's Dalima almost getting under her screen. Renu Rani bailing her out. It was Linthoi Gambi Bibicha stopped on her tracks by Pooja. Rajni Bala. Asta Morao just controlling things in the middle of the park for Kickstart. She's having a vice-like grip in this game and known for her destructive play. Renuka on the flip side, slightly creative-minded. Kickstart playing with a double pivot. And the likes of Astham and Renuka in the middle of the park. There is Astham. Through the lines for Renu Rani. And this time Shailja was wasteful. A chase from the number 8 in Shailja. Once again, this time she recovers, finds her teammate. Just got stuck in her foot momentarily. Santosh so far struggled to play her usual game. This is Bibicha beating Varshika for pace. Checks back. Kavya's delivery just outside the box. Both of them down on the deck, but play continues. Sarulimbu. Renuka. Pakpi. A nice angle for a cross with a precise path towards Sarulimbu. And now Dalima Chibur. A slow passing build up from Kickstart. Once again the door opens up down the left. She is face to face with Parmila. Sonia Marak. And this time couldn't get past the challenge of the number 4. It's sent in though. No damage done. Easily dealt with by the HOPS defense. Gambi. Astham. Renuka. A wayward ball. Kickstart will look to rebuild and reboot from here. A regulation time of about 3 minutes remaining in the first half. It's a narrow 1-0 lead for Kickstart. The team in green utilizing the width pretty well. The fullbacks pushing up on the overlap. The wingers cutting in and trying to take a shot from the edge of the area or link up with the strikers. And no such link up play at the opposite end of the pitch. It's Kickstart on the ascendancy. Kavya. That's a clever pass into Sarulimbu. She is double teamed on the left channel. The ball goes beyond the number 33. And now Kavya in some space. A first time cross is open. She goes for it. And off the post. And falls for Sonia. She's waiting for support to arrive, and it has arrived in the form of Saru. A layoff for Asta Morao. She takes it. And it's wide for a goal kick. But great cross nonetheless. From the right. Hitting the woodwork. Kavia's delivery. It was dipping in. Hitting the crossbar. And falls kindly for Sonia Marak. Limbu with the layoff for Astham. Had no conviction in the shot, lacked direction as well. Went with her weaker foot. It took a deflection as well in the way. Pakpi Devi to deliver this corner. Towards the far post. Too high for Dalima. Runs down all the way at the far side, and Kavya will collect. Can't ride the challenge from Aarti. Well timed by the number 14. They got to muster up something at the other end. Hops. And before it turns out to be a defense versus offense affair, the stick scoreline is still within reach. And Hops, they can bounce back if they show some attacking intent. Almost just slightly going into their shell in the closing stages of the first half. Maybe they would look to come out in the second half with a lot more verve and thrust. And slightly lacking in energy. Ravi Punia will go back to the drawing board and address the mistakes which his side has committed in the first half. The areas they have lacked in. He needs to do a lot of tactical tweaks and altercations. Stepping into the second half, and Kavya gets there with her pace. The cross is deflected in, and easy pickings for the number 18 Shalja. And no breakaway move allowed from Linthoi Gambi. High line in defense from Kickstart, just squeezing every inch of space near the center circle. The team in green getting onto the second ball a lot more quicker. Hops under pressure. Sonia. Astamurao. Back to Sonia. Beautiful drag from the number 22. Creates angle for the shot. It's still open for Kickstart, just over. Excellent phase of play from the team in green. And those two combining once more. Sonia to Astamurao could have been a bitter blow for Hops. Almost opened up. Additional time of 6 minutes in the first half. Renurani looking to get beyond Pakpi. She cuts inside. Will be asking for the return. Running out of sorts. Her strike partner Neha. Renurani was asking for the return pass. Just got to look towards her strike partner, but deciding to go all on her own. Making things difficult and easy rather for the Kickstart defense. So far Renurani has struggled to find her strike partner against the likes of Dalima Chibber, Linthoi Gambi, Banti Sharma and Pakpi Devi. A lot of excitement already regarding Gokulam's clash against Odisha FC. That is going to be a lip-smacking encounter. Dalima Chibber looks like she's picked up a slight niggle. Asking his team to calm down. Ravi Punia The sides he's managed so far have always come out stronger in the second half. So it will be intriguing to see how HOPS starts, especially the first 15 minutes of the second half is going to be very crucial. Kickstart out of side. They do start the game strong and end the game strong. They have a tendency of switching off in the midway. That is one area they got to strike. And almost in the clear was Astamoral with that sudden burst of pace. Asking for a foul, there was an elbow involved. There is Bibicha, all just clatters onto the number 17 Santosh. That was quite nasty. The yellow card is out from Ruba Devi. Here is Anshika. She is beaten once already. Deceived by that cross down the right. Not getting too much distance. She was left flapping. There's going to be a yellow card for Santosh. And for the number 2 as well, Sharda. She was reprimanded for argument with the referee. She is extremely unhappy with Ruba Devi's decision. Santosh and Sharda booked. There's that ball in. And almost another mistake from Anshika. The ball just off her grip time and again. And those crosses from the wings giving HOPS defense the jitters. Not been able to defend them confidently. That's the confirmation of the yellow. Sharda for arguing with the referee. She has been booked. And there she is, Santosh. Got to be careful. Smacked away by HOPS. Still struggling to get the feel of the ball. Just about the last 15 seconds remaining of this half. And the referee has allowed the game to flow just because of that injury. She's allowed a minute extra. This could be the last bit of action of the first half. Bunty Sharma trudging up to take the throw in. Haven't seen much of her overlapping runs in the first half. Half time then at the Trans Stadia. And Kickstart will go into the break with a narrow 1-0 lead. It's been quite an eventful half of football for Kickstart, even though they made a slow start. And HOPS could have taken the lead through Rajni Bala. Linthoi Gambi making a very vital save, keeping her side into the match. And Rajni Bala just not managing to take her chance. And on the flip side, Kavya making her chance count from a different angle. It wasn't too easy to score from there. And this was the chance I was talking about. Rajni Bala, Sonia with few threatening runs, and this one just carved open The Hops defense and Kavya scoring from a difficult angle with three pink shirts crowding out to the goal mouth. Sonia has been very impactful in the first half. A couple of shots from Astamurao, and this time it sails over. And the first half has ended in Kickstart's favor. Do not go anywhere. We'll come back with the second half in a while. Welcome back to the second half between Kickstart FC and HOPS. It is the first quarter-final of the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23. It's 1-0 for Kickstart at half-time, but a very evenly contested battle so far, and both the teams seemed pretty solid. They are creating chances, looking very decent in the final third, and it's all about the right decision-making at times, and both teams are being led down few occasions. And you have seen Saru Limbu getting into the box on the other end. Renu Rani and Neha looking dangerous. And it's going to be interesting, the second half. That's what quarterfinal is all about. Sonia Marak, she's been a bit of a threat down the that's the right-hand side for Kickstart. And the midfield trio getting a grip in this game. Ashtam, Renuka have started combining. But all happened down the right for them via Sonia Marak. So Tannu comes on for HOPS, and they make a couple of changes here. She started in the previous game, Tannu against East Bengal. And HOPS with their usual tactic of hitting teams on the break. They do that, but this time they might have more of the ball and create more chances. That way the counters, however, have to be more precise. And so in the first 15 minutes, HOPS tried to nullify every single attack of Kickstart. This is the confirmation of the change, as Shailja has been replaced by Pooja, the number 27. Looking for a breakneck start, HOPS, and Renu Rani from a cute angle. Saw the keeper slightly off her mark and went for goal straight away. Look at that. She's been quite a threat to deal with on the right hand side. Just too high. They nick the ball off Kickstart. They are very quick on the counter attack. You want to see that again in the second half, because they've got those players. Renu Rani, as soon as she gets on the ball, runners around her come alive. She is a very vital cog in the wheel for HOPS. The key players for Kickstart, Asta Morao is one of them, Dalima Chiba the other. She's back after a successful stint with the Canadian outfit, Manitoba Bisons, who participates in the West University's Premier Division. She marks her return to India by signing for Kickstart and plied her trade for Gokulam last year, winning the league, and also represented the Malabarians in the AFC Women's Club Championship with an absolute pile driver of a right footer. She is known for her stamina and tenacity down the right channel, playing at the heart of defense. Renu just meeting the ball inside the box. She was first to it. It was Santosh with the ball in. She got ahead of Pakpi Devi. Just lost her footing as he tried to hit that goalwards. There's a free kick here for HOPS. Can they find the equalizer from this free kick? It's Parmila on top of this. It's a drop ball rather. The ball is pumped into the area. Dalima's header. Pressure on Limbu. They still have it. Santosh. Advantage for Lento Igambi, the goalkeeper. 9 appearance for India. Recently getting her national team call-up. There's a ball into no man's land. That could have been slightly tricky for the goalkeeper. And not taking any chance and off her line at the right time. Maibam Linthoi. And on the run was Tannu. This is Asthamurao. From the old guard now to the exuberance of the new. She has led the India side at the Under-17 World Cup in Bhubaneswar. And despite the sides shipping 16 goals across 3 games against the world beaters like Brazil, USA and Morocco, Rao proved to be one of the brightest sparks from that side, as one of the hottest properties in the game. Was roped in by Kickstart ahead of this season. She has won 4 consecutive league titles in the Karnataka Women's League from 2019 to 2022. The ball is sent in. That's a comfortable collection for Anshika. At the near post, no one in green attacking the ball. And Asthamurao, the local girl in their ranks, and her national teammates Shubhangi Singh, Babina Devi and Kickstart have the potential to emerge as the black horse of the league. Still looking to make a dent once more in HOPS' defense. Sharda's interception. Plays it over the top, and she was looking for the number 25, Tanu. A ball from deep, it's too high. Chasing it is Neha. And she will retrieve it, and not just that, recycles it towards the back post. Gambi has spilled it. Referee plays the advantage, and almost the equalizer for HOPS. And narrowly misses out Renurani. That could have been her 5th. Puts down a lollipop. Maibam Limthoi Gambi. Neha with the delivery for the 2nd time, causing trouble for the Kickstart defense. Then that set up from Neha towards Renurani. And wonder how she's not managed to hit the target from there. She got to score. What a glorious chance for HOPS for the 2nd time in this game. They've had one early in the first half. Rajni Bala missed it on that occasion, and this time in the 2nd half, Renu Rani. She's been wasteful. That was an easy ball to take, but makes a meal out of it, Gambi. And now on the run is Sonia. Pujao somehow managing to reach there first. The Indian Women's League is important to forge the bright future for the football in India. And the 6th edition, the biggest ever, has thrown up an exciting number of young players who could be the national team's future. The increased visibility of the competition will do wonders for women's football. Sarulimbu onto the wings, cleverly winning a corner. Plays her club football for the Nepal Armed Force side. She scored a stunning goal last year against Sri Lanka in the SAF Championship. Over the top. Easily defended by Dalima. Kept in play by Sonia. She looks up. Asta Morao. A free-flowing football so far from Kickstart. Kavya. Snaps into the challenge, and now Renu Rani. She got to make something happen from here on. Renu Rani looking good, and she squares it. Just moving away from the ball was Pooja. Didn't see the run from the number 15. Could have gotten closer to the ball. She moved away instead. And knocking on the door are Hops. There's gonna be a change here though for Hops. They're making their third change, and Rinku will come on. And this name currently going through a purple patch, if you remember, in the Indian Premier League. Rinku Devi will hope she can do the same here this morning at the Trans Stadia. At this very city, this name scored 31 runs in the last over against Gujarat Titans. Let's see if Rinku Devi can turn out to be Hops's match winner in this match. The young Indian players have really benefited from the presence of the foreign players. Sabitra Bhandari leading the race for the Golden Brute with 26 goals. And Kajal D'Souza of Setu Madurai is on second with 9. Sabitra Bhandari will look to increase her scoring tally when Gokulam takes on an Odisha. Says Sonia Flagger stayed down. Picks out Sarulimbu in that pocket of space. The give and go didn't work out. Rinku with the clearance. It will be given as a foul throw. There it is. Sarulimbu. Whenever she gets to the ball, she's been mopped up by two pink shirts. Kavya urging Sonia to run, and she runs. Somehow kept in play. Has she? Has been given as a goal kick. Seemed like it has just crossed the line. Yes, the entire circumference of the ball crossing the line. Right decision. Hops will be very disappointed. They've created chances in this game. 3 glaring chances. And their number 15 almost involved in each and every move for Hops. She's been their star. She's been their inspiration in this tournament. This is Aarti. An off the ball challenge is a straight into the ankle of Astamurao. Having hit one almost already in the first half from a similar kind of distance, Dali Machiba. This time she will look to make amends. It's low and hard. A regulation take for Anshika. Went straight at her, Dali Machiba. Over the wall, but got to curl it. Choose a side probably. Went straight down the middle of the goalkeeper. At the hour mark, Kickstart still holding on to their slender lead. Warning signs on Ravi Punia's face. They have put up a stellar show against one of the strong sides in this competition. Still about 30 minutes left. A long way to go. Taken away here, helps it forward. It was just too long for Renu. She got to be alert, can't afford to lose concentration and focus. A decent try from Aarti. Gave away a free kick just a minute ago, committing a foul on Sarulimbu, and this time she goes from a long way out. Not managing to keep hold of the ball for too long, Hops. And that's a nice pass. Spots out Renu Rani, she cuts inside. This could be the equalizer! And Hops have equalized. It is their number 15 finally on the score sheet. Her 5th strike. They were knocking on the door time and again in the second half, and finally they have knocked that door down. It's 1-1 here at the Trans Stadia. Slight lapses of concentration at the back from Kickstart. Quick feed from Renu Rani. She beats Linthoi Gambi comfortably. Hitting the inside of the crossbar as well. But Hops will take that all day long. It's Renu Rani with the equalizer. What a game we have on our hands. The last 28 minutes are gonna be a breathtaking encounter. How do a Kickstart react now? It's a test of character for the team in green. Hops have just bounced back. That is exactly what I've mentioned in the first half. Team is managed by Ravi Punia. They do a comeback strong, comeback hard in the second half. That is exactly what has happened here. And if this ends this way, at 90 minutes, there's going to be penalty shootout. And no extra time, direct penalty shootout to decide the first semi-finalists. Now, this edition of the Hero Indian Women's League has probably been the best one till now. And firstly, since the formation was changed, the winners of the state leagues qualified to play in the final round. This ensures that there were 16 teams compared to 11 last year, which meant more competitive matches for the women footballers. An opportunity for many more young girls to play with and against the best players in the country. And also a platform for them to show their talent to the national team. And Ravi Punia will be delighted. Now they're pressing. Now the second semi-final at the Shahibag Police Stadium. No goals yet between Sports Odisha and Eastern Sporting Union. And this one as well locked at 1-1. Oh, the two quarterfinals heading towards the penalty shootout. Still plenty of time left. Kickstart will want to end this within 90 minutes. Sarulimbu picks it up. Not the perfect weight on that pass. Oh, that was very close. It could have been pretty tricky for the goalkeeper. An awkward bounce took the keeper by surprise, Anshika. And it landed into the roof of the net. And just the news from the centre is that Eastern Sporting Union have taken the lead. The former champions are leading the Sports Odisha side by a solitary goal. And it's been an own goal. That is the word. Kickstart will make a change now. Oinam Babita Devi coming on for Sonia. So that's that for the number 22. Who was pretty adventurous in the first half. Running out of legs in the second. Slightly predictable as well down that far side. A very strong start. A very positive start from HOPS. The press up top so far have ripped dividends. Looked like Kickstart FC took them lightly and had to pay the price. That intensity going forward is lacking. Usually Kickstart are ruthless while going into attack. That is quite missing here. And HOPS deserves a lot of credit though for maintaining that shape in defense. Here is Pooja looking for the run of Renu Rani once more. Somehow dealing with it, Linthoi Gambi. She has worked tirelessly. All her hard work paid off finally in the form of a goal. And now Renu Rani is backtracking, went up for it. Was Neha. Just couldn't connect. The number 7. Chauba Devi may be opting to play her card by bringing on Elizabeth, the Kenyan striker. Sushmita Lepcha is also getting ready. The glancing header at the near post. Lacked direction. And now they can throw on a counter. Kickstart. Into some space is the number 20. And no support in the center. I could have waited for support to arrive, Babita Devi. Getting in behind almost was Neha. It's Sarulimbu. She's got ahead of her Bibicha. To her left is Kavya. Picks out the former. The latter joins in as well. Couldn't clear the first player at the HOPS' defense. Keeper way off a line. Communication got to be right between Dalima and Linthoi Gambi. Almost giving away the ball there. There was a push as well from Renu Rani, which is why the whistle was blown already by Ruba Devi. Dalima Chibur is certainly not happy. She's asking for a card. Cutting a very frustrated figure. The Kickstart FC skipper, Sarulimbu. She's been slightly subdued in this game so far. So the cooling break during the first half. It was 1-0 in Kickstart's favour, and now it's 1-1. And my bum Linthoi Gambi is receiving treatment. She is certainly unhappy with her centre back Chauba Devi. Looks like slightly painful for Linthoi Gambi. Let's have a look at what happened so far in the second half. Neha with a deep cross. Renu Rani could have scored here. Getting ahead of Linthoi Gambi. Almost setting it up for Pooja. A chance after chance. Dalima's free kick. Not finding the back of the net. And this was the decisive pass. Getting in behind was Renu Rani. She scores an absolute stunner. Individual brilliance from the number 15. Given the kind of chances the HOPS have wasted in the second half, they could have taken the lead quite comfortably. Play gonna resume after the cooling break. And Kavya will be taken off is the word. Sushmita Lepcha and Elizabeth are ready to come on for Kickstart. There she is, Kavya. She is replaced by the Kenyan, the number 10, Elizabeth. Sushmita Lepcha replacing Renuka. Playing her trump cards as we head into the last quarter of the game. Here's the number 99, Kavya, with the only strike for Kickstart in this game. And that strike came in the first half. It was Sonia's cross from the byline. controls it and makes the chance count. Kavya, the goal scorer, has been taken off. And Elizabeth, she is on 5 goals, the side's second highest goal scorer. A bit of frustration creeping into the Kickstart side. And Pakpi Devi picking up a yellow card. Pakpi on that occasion with a clumsy challenge on Renu Rani. It's below knee height, that free kick. That never gonna cause any kind of danger. Bibicha Devi takes a touch of Rinku. That's the confirmation of the yellow on the top left corner of your screen. It's Pakpi Devi, the player who has been booked for that clumsy challenge on Renu Rani. And it is Elizabeth. She will look to utilize her upper body strength on the same wavelength with the number 20, Babita Devi. Straight in the thick of action, Elizabeth. Her first contribution is giving away a free kick to Hops deep inside their own territory. On to her second season. 27 goals in 27 matches. In the previous couple of seasons for Kickstart, she's been very prolific for the Karnataka-based side. Did play for them during the Karnataka Women's League as well. And with All India Football Federation's a new rule to ban foreigners from the state league, is very welcome, which clearly suggests that the local players, the Indian contingent especially, are gonna get more game time. That rule is applicable from the 1st June 2023, which is quite the new calendar year. Sarulimbu. Shushmita Lepcha, that's a clever run. Ball comes in. She'll get another chance to make something happen. And that's a clever ball towards Babita. Renu Rani, beautifully done. Pooja on the ball. Now Dolly Machiba. Bibicha. She's got the focal point now up top in Elizabeth. Babita for company is Pooja. Comes back to Saru. And Astha Murao lines this one up. A weak attempt from the number 5. She will want to forget that clearly. This could be trouble for Kickstart. So Sports Odisha, they have equalized against Eastern Sporting Union at the other venue. So both the games are locked at 1-1. Here comes Sarulimbu to make it 2-1. Not quite. Straight towards Anshika. Sat up perfectly for the goalkeeper. She was well within shooting distance, the number 8. This is getting feisty. This particular encounter is getting fiery here. Chips it straight into the chest of Pakpi. A beautiful ball. This is looking good. Number 20 rides the challenge. Comes out to Lepcha. Straight at Anshika at her near post. Using her outstep, the number 20. The number 15 rather. The number 20 hitting a pink shirt. It's heartening to see that the club's taking the tournament seriously and ready to invest. And not just in Indian players, but also get some foreigners who will help the young Indian players to learn and improve. Shushmita, she is growing into the game. Saru Limbu, the last 10 or 15 minutes or so. Bibicha. She was urged to send in those diagonals into the box. Kickstart now pushing players forward. Regulation time of just about 9 minutes left. Oof, brilliantly done by Elizabeth. She made it look so simple. Look at that close control from the Kenyan, just flicking it over Rinku. And then that kippy uppy. And the back flick towards Bibicha. Superlative skills. No matter which way this game goes, HOPS will draw a lot of courage from their defensive performance in this game. Chauba Devi could just try and push Dalima to her natural right hand side. That will allow her more time on the ball to go on the overlap, and she's usually pinpoint with her crosses, and now she's out of position. Neha face to face with Linthoi Gambi. The defender wins the battle. Just to add more bite on the right wing, she could deploy Dalima on the right hand side, and that will allow her a lot of freedom to go on the overlap and use Bunty Sharma inside alongside Linthoi Gambi. So Linthoi Gambi's challenge was deemed as a foul, and free kick from a very dangerous position. Santosh. Can HOPS cause an upset here? Free kick comes in towards the back post. Off. And the header just wide. Great quality delivered at the back post. And Aarti with the header. Just not hitting the target. Beautifully hung up at the far post. Just heading it down. Elizabeth. Defender wins the battle. And this could turn into an attack for HOPS. And no nonsense clearance from Dalima. Neha's delivery is out of play. The Karnataka Women's League was formed in 2018 to give effect to the mandate sent out by the All India Football Federation, India's governing body of professional football, to each state to form leagues. And it said that the winner of the league would be promoted to compete in the Indian Women's League. Subsequently, M. Satyanarayan, a journalist and then member of governing body and core committee of Karnataka State Football Association, organized the Impetus tournament in Bangalore. Against an estimated 4 teams, 8 teams stormed up. That led to the formation of the league in January 2019. 5 teams competed in its first season. A clip from behind, Saru Limbu. And Neha was the player guilty. Sent in towards Elizabeth. The ball aren't quite reaching her. Pooja brought it down. 4 green shirts behind the ball defending. Just looking to create numerical supremacy around the ball. Kickstart. Limbu wriggles out of that tight space. That's a clever pass. Cross comes in. Elizabeth can bury it. Just cleared off the line. A great defending from Hops. And almost 2-1 for Kickstart. Slightly behind Elizabeth. And a goal line clearance from the number 17 of Hops. And that was Santosh. A big moment. Bibicha's cross couldn't be turned in by Elizabeth. That was the moment for Kickstart to win it. That was the chance they were striving for. A big let off for Hops. Maybe the lease of life they were looking for. That calls for a yellow, without a shadow of a doubt. Tackle from behind. And Parmila, the skipper, is booked. And the third Hops player to go into the referee's book. And Rinku Devi comes off. Jyoti will come on. She did come on early in the second half, Rinku. But her stint was short-lived. And meanwhile, Hops will have to defend this free kick. Dalima Chiba, known for her accuracy from set pieces. It's low and out of play. The rub of the green not going Kickstart's way, especially the set pieces not finding its mark, not finding its target. They've had a few chances from set pieces, but none of the delivery is good enough to cause any issues at the Hops defense. Parmila was the player committing that foul on Babita, which is why earning a yellow card for her. Not much time left of regulation time. Whoever scores now will be in the driver's seat. Attempted flick from Renurani. That was a difficult chance to execute. Pooja is lying down injured. Play needs to be stopped. The Hops have done well so far to draw the game, to drag the game till the end. If they manages to take it into penalty shootout, that is going to be quite an achievement for the side from Delhi. They've been smart this evening in terms of game management. Eight minutes added on. Still a lot of time left. I tried to play it onto the path of Kyoko Elizabeth. Stood firm there at the Hops defense. The Football Delhi Women's Premier League is the top division of the Women's Football League in the Indian territory of Delhi. It has been founded under the current name in 2021, and the inaugural season was played with 10 teams divided into two groups. Hunts becoming the champions, and they played last season, finishing at the bottom. Hops winning the qualification to the top flight of the women's football in the country. Cross from deep. This is looking good. Elizabeth with the flick on, and she has nicked the winner for Kickstart. An injury time winner. And how about that for a finish from Kyoko Elizabeth? She was backing towards goal. A decisive touch from the Kenyan. And Kickstart goes 2-1 up. They've got the right reason to celebrate here. Well travelled in the air. Makes herself available in between two pink shirts. Cross from Bunty Sharma. And look at that, and Elizabeth just meeting the ball before the keeper. Pulls herself away from her marker and nodding it into the back of the net. She's made amends for that previous mistake. 6 minutes for Hops to fight back once more. But it will be very, very difficult though. As Mamta has been thrown into the mix by Ravi Punia, and Aarti has been taken off. What an entertaining game of football we've had so far here at the Trans Stadia. It's still 1-1 between Sports Odisha and Eastern Sporting Union at the Shahibag Police Stadium. Can they find that insurance goal? This time goes low and hard onto the second ball. Fine save this time by Anshika. And Babita Oinam denied by the goalkeeper. Santosh with the mistake this time. Not managing to hold on to the ball. Shushmita Lepcha in corner duties for Kickstart. It's an outswing floater. Dalima is interested. Comes towards Elizabeth. Goes on the outside. Outnumbered in the end. Given as a goal kick. Shubhangi Singh will replace Bunty Sharma. Just stealing a few important seconds here. Chauba Devi. They've had more of the ball the last 10 minutes of this game. Since scoring that equalizer, Hops went off track. And Kiyoko Elizabeth turning out to be the super sub. And now onto the path of Bibicha! Oh my word. Just placing it over the crossbar. Chances galore for Kickstart in the closing embers of the match. Just about 3.5 odd minutes remaining. Chesting it wonderfully. Getting the better of Jyoti. Had a clear sight at goal. Are they going to be the first team to enter the semi-final of the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23 as Pakpi Devi is limping? Kickstart have turned the tides here. A dramatic comeback. Hops, they've got only themselves to blame. Not managing to take their chances when the chances eventually presented itself. Last couple of minutes of injury time. 120 seconds for Hops to keep their hopes alive. For that, they need to get the ball out of the zone and into the box as quickly as possible. But Kickstart will not let that happen so easily. They've got players with more experience on the pitch. And they got to hurry things up. So the game between Odisha Sports and Eastern Sporting Union have gone into the tiebreaker at the Shahibagh Police Ground. Elizabeth finding a joy down the left. Bibicha arriving inside and running out of space. And the second touch slightly heavy from the Kenyan. She's been Kickstart's hero in this game. She has turned the game on its head. Coming off the bench. Will there be a twist in the tail though? Maibam Linthoi. A safe piece of goalkeeping. Coming back onside after going in early. 30 seconds left for Kickstart. And almost tried to palm it over the crossbar. Had no pace, that shot from Saru Limbu. Almost punched into his own net. Gonna be the last throw of the dice. Ball sent in. Is gone through all the green shirts. Shouts of penalty. Nothing given from Ruba Devi. That was a dangerous looking ball. Renu Rani missing it altogether. Neha going down. A chance from the corner. Gets herself into a crossing position. Parmila. And that should be easy for Maibam Linthoi Gambi. The referee has taken the whistle on her mouth. And she has blown the whistle eventually, Ruba Devi. So first appearance in the knockouts. And Kickstart have made it all the way into the Hero Indian Women's League 2023-2022-23's a semi-final round, and somehow HOPS will go back wondering what else they could have done to beat Kickstart. At the end, they lose 2-1 here at the Trans Stadia. We've had a brilliant first quarter-final, and in the end, the quality shown by Kickstart side comes out crumbs. Renurani did create a lot of chances for HOPS FC. They had their moments, but in the end, it is the experience and the brilliance from Elizabeth coming off the bench making the difference. Incredible game between the two sides who went for it, but in the end, that bit of quality just shining through. And this is the game highlights between Kickstart and HOPS. Chances at both ends. This was the opening goal from Kavya. Three players in this Kickstart side with 6 goals each. Saru Limbu, Bibicha and Elizabeth. Three of them have scored combined 18 goals out of their total 32. A lot of cards in this game as well. It became physical as the game went on. Renurani looked good in the second half. Dalima's free kick not troubling, and this was the moment of magic from Renurani, bringing her side back into the match. Saru Limbu with couple of shies at goal from distance, few weak attempts. Babina denied. Shushmita spoke straight to the keeper. Almost putting it on a platter, Bibicha. It was cleared off the line by Santosh. And this was the winning moment for Kickstart. Just a cushion touch from the Kenyan, doing the job for Kickstart. And today's hero of the match is Dalima Chiba, the Kickstart FC skipper. She is awarded a check of 15,000 rupees by today's guest, KS Bharat. And so the first semi-finalists of the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23 sorted. And it is Kickstart who wins this particular encounter by 2 goals to 1. Thank you so much for being with us. Goodbye.